They think they beat you. They think you're done, broken, shattered beyond repair. They sit in their little circles, whispering about how you fell, how you failed. They laugh. They toast. They celebrate your collapse like it's their victory parade. But they don't know you, do they? They don't know what's inside you. They don't know what burns in the depths of your soul. They think the bruises on your body, the scars on your heart, the silence of your voice mean it's over. They think they took everything from you, your pride, your strength, your purpose. But here's the thing. What they don't realize is that pain doesn't destroy you, it sharpens you. Failure doesn't end you, it hardens you. Betrayal doesn't weaken you, it sets you free. Every fall, every wound, every insult they threw at you, it didn't break you, it tempered you. So let them think they've won. Let them believe they've beaten you. Let them celebrate. Because the deadliest weapon in the world isn't rage or revenge. It's the quiet, unrelenting resolve of a soul that refuses to die. They think they beat you, don't they? They saw you fall. They saw the blood, the pain, the mess, and they laughed, because to them, that was it, the end of your story. They think they broke you, but they don't know who you are. They don't understand the fire that burns inside you. They don't see the scars you wear like armor. They don't know what it's like to crawl through hell and come out alive. They think they beat you because you stumbled, because you failed, because you lost. But they don't realize the fall isn't the finish. No, the fall is just the start. You've been there before, haven't you? Down in the dirt, staring at the ground, feeling the weight of the world crush your chest, hearing the whispers in your head telling you to quit. But you didn't. You rose. You always rise. And that's what scares them. That's what keeps them awake at night. It's not your strength. It's not your skill. It's the fact that no matter how hard they hit you, you get back up. They hit you harder, you stand taller. They take from you, you fight harder. They try to destroy you, you rebuild yourself piece by piece. Stronger, meaner, more dangerous. They don't know what that kind of will looks like. They don't understand what it means to be unbreakable, because they've never been tested like you. See, they live in comfort, in their little worlds, where they're safe, where they're protected. They've never had to fight for their life. They've never been knocked down and had to claw their way back up. You have. You know what it's like to be at rock bottom. You know what it's like to have nothing left but your will, your rage, your hunger to prove the world wrong. That's what makes you dangerous. They think they beat you because they don't understand the game. They think winning is about the score, about the trophies, about standing on top.
But you know the truth.
Winning is survival. It's refusing to stay down. It's refusing to quit. It's standing up one more time, then they can knock you down. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. You don't need them to see you win. Because you're not doing this for them. This is for you. This is for every time they doubted you. Every time they laughed at you. Every time they called you weak or small or not enough. This is for every night you cried alone. Every moment you wanted to give up. Every second you thought you couldn't take it anymore. This is for the pain. You don't run from it anymore. You don't hide from it. You embrace it, because pain is a teacher. Pain is a weapon, and you've learned how to use it. So let them think they beat you. Let them celebrate your fall, because what they don't see is that you're still breathing, still fighting, still here. And as long as you're here, the game isn't over. They think they broke you, Good. Broken things are dangerous. Broken things have nothing left to lose. Broken things don't follow rules. And you've been broken so many times, you've lost count. But each time, you've put yourself back together. Not the same. Never the same. Better, harder, colder. They think they beat you? Let them. Let them think they've won. Because when you rise, and you will arise, they won't see it coming. You'll rise with the kind of power they can't understand, the kind of strength they've never known, the kind of hunger that terrifies them. They think they beat you because they don't realize you're not playing their game. You're playing yours. And your game? It's not about winning. It's about surviving. It's about enduring. It's about becoming unstoppable. So, let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them write you off. Because the best part is proving them wrong.
Every time they count you out, you come back stronger. Every time they think they've buried you, they forget. You're a seed.
You grow in the darkness. You thrive in the chaos. You were built for this. So, no, they didn't beat you. They woke you up. They lit a fire they can't control. They turned you into something they can't handle. And when you stand, when you fight, when you rise again, they'll wish they left you alone, because you're not just coming back. You're coming back with vengeance. You're coming back to take everything they thought they stole from you. You're coming back to show them what happens when you push someone who refuses to break.
So let them think they beat you.
Let them think it's over. Because deep down, you know the truth. You've only just begun. They think they broke you, but you are not the sum of your wounds. You are the force that emerges from the rubble. The world is cold, and it's relentless, but you've learned to thrive in that cold. You don't just survive. You become one with the storm. Every hit you take, every scar they give you, becomes a part of your legend. You don't seek revenge, not in the way they think. You're not driven by petty anger, not by rage that fades with time. You are driven by something deeper, something they can't touch. You are driven by the memory of what it felt like to be at rock bottom and the knowledge that you will never go back there. You rise because you know that with every fall, you become stronger. You become more than they ever thought possible. They think they beat you because they can't see the power in your silence. They think they broke you because they can't hear the steady beat of your heart. The one that pulses with the rhythm of 1,000 battles, the heart that has endured more than they could ever imagine, and yet beats with unshakable resolve. That's what they don't understand. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You only need your own belief in yourself. When they push you down, they think you will stay there. When they try to bury you, they think the dirt will keep you hidden forever. But you don't die in the dirt. You rise, like a storm coming from the horizon. You rise because you refuse to stay broken. They tried to break your spirit, but they don't know how strong it is. They don't know how it bends, but never breaks. They don't know how you learn to walk again, even when the pain seems unbearable. You don't need to prove anything to them, but you will prove everything to yourself. You are not the victim of your circumstances. You are not defined by the struggles you've faced. You are defined by how you stand in the face of those struggles, how you rise from the ashes, how you transform every wound into strength. Every scar tells a story of survival, of resilience, of growth. Every scar is a testament to the battle you fought and won. They think they can silence you, but all they're doing is giving you a reason to fight harder. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to show your anger. Your strength isn't in the way you shout, but in the way you endure. It's in the way you keep moving forward, step by step, no matter how heavy the weight, no matter how dark the path. They think you'll quit. They think the weight of the world will crush you. But you know better. You know that the moment they think they've taken everything from you is the moment they've made the biggest mistake of their lives. That's when you come alive. The storm inside you isn't a passing thing. It's constant. It's relentless. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the world tells you to stop. And when you've been through enough storms to know that you'll survive, you begin to crave the fight. You begin to thrive in the chaos. The pain, the struggle, the adversity, they all feed you. They don't destroy you. They only build you into something unrecognizable to them. They'll keep watching. They'll keep waiting for the moment when you finally fall, when you finally quit. But you won't. You won't quit because quitting isn't an option for you anymore. They think they beat you, but you're not the same person they tried to break. You're not the same person they saw on the ground, broken and defeated. You are something else now, something stronger, something unstoppable. Every battle you fought, every loss you've suffered has only sharpened you. They think you're just a man, just a woman, just a broken soul trying to survive. But they don't see the weapon you've become. They don't see the hunger in your eyes, the kind of hunger that makes you dangerous. You don't fear pain anymore. You've learned to use it. You've learned how to turn it into fuel, how to channel it into power. And when you turn that power loose, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. So let them laugh. Let them think they have won. Let them believe that they've seen the end of you. Because when the time comes, when the moment is right, you'll rise again, and they won't know what hit them. They'll be too late. They'll realize that they didn't beat you. They only made you stronger. They only gave you the motivation to push harder. And when they face you next, they'll realize how wrong they were to ever underestimate you. The fight isn't over. It's never over. Not until you've taken everything back. Not until you've shown the world that you're more than the pain, more than the scars. You are everything they never saw coming and everything they will never understand, because you're not just surviving anymore. You're thriving. You're living. You're fighting, not for their approval, not for their validation, but for yourself.
That's the moment you show them just how wrong they were. That's the moment you remind them of who you really are.
Unstoppable, unbreakable, unbeatable. There's something about pain, something about pushing yourself to the edge that changes you. It's not the kind of change that people notice at first. It's subtle, it's quiet. It's a fire that burns deep inside your chest, and no one can see it, not until it's too late. They think they can break you with words. They think they can tear you down with their actions, with their betrayals, with their lies. But they've never been inside your mind. They've never felt the weight of the darkness you've lived through. They don't know how many times you've stood on the edge of the abyss and chosen to step forward, to keep fighting. You weren't always this way, though. You weren't born this strong. You weren't born with a heart of steel. But pain has a way of forging you into something else, something harder, something sharper. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen all at once. But bit by bit, you become unrecognizable to the person you once were. You become a warrior, a survivor, someone who understands that the real battle isn't out there in the world. It's in here, inside, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. That's when the real war happens. That's when you're confronted with the ghosts of your past, the demons that whisper in your ear and tell you to stop. They tell you that you've given enough, that you've suffered enough, that you're too broken to keep going. And you listen to them for a while. You listen because they make sense. They speak to the parts of you that are tired, that are exhausted from the fight. But then there's that moment, the moment when you can't listen anymore, when you've had enough of the weakness, the doubt, the fear. That's when you realize something crucial. You don't have to be the person you were yesterday. You don't have to be the person who failed, who stumbled, who got knocked down. You can choose to be something else, something better. You can choose to rise, and that's what scares them. That's what they don't understand. They think they know you. They think they have you figured out, but they don't. They don't know the depths of your strength. They don't know the kind of resilience that lives within you. They don't know what it means to be broken and then built back up. They don't know what it's like to rise from the ashes. You have, and that's why you'll never lose again. Every day you rebuild yourself, every single day. When the world tries to tear you down, you put the pieces of yourself back together. When the darkness creeps in, when the weight of everything threatens to crush you, you stand taller, you stand stronger. You stand because you know that as long as you're still standing, the battle isn't lost. And you don't need to win every battle, not all of them. The only thing you need to do is keep moving forward, one step at a time, even when it feels like the world is crumbling around you, even when it feels like you've lost everything. You don't stop. You don't quit. You keep moving. There's power in persistence. There's power in never stopping, no matter what. They think that because you've stumbled, because you've fallen, you've lost. But falling isn't losing. It's just part of the process of becoming, the process of turning into something you were always meant to be. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are what you decide to become. And right now, you're deciding to become unshakable. You're deciding to become the kind of person who can look the world in the eye and say, I will not break. Not now. Not ever. Every step forward is a victory. Every inch you fight for is a victory. The world will try to convince you that you've lost, that the battle is over, but you know the truth. The battle never ends. It only changes, and you change with it. They think they beat you because they see your wounds. They see the scars you wear on your body, your heart, your soul. But what they don't see is the fire inside you, the fire that refuses to die, no matter how much they try to extinguish it. They don't see that each scar is just a reminder of how far you've come. Each scar is proof that you survived, that you're still here. So let them think they beat you. Let them think they've won. It's not their opinion that matters. It's yours. And you know who you are now. You know what you're made of. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're a force, a storm, a warrior. And when they think they've beaten you, when they think they've driven you to your knees, that's when you'll rise again. That's when they'll realize that they've only made you stronger. They think they know how the story ends, but they don't, because the story isn't over yet. And as long as you're still breathing, as long as you're still standing, there's always another chapter. And this one will be the one where you take everything back, everything they thought they took from you, everything they tried to steal. They can knock you down. They can try to break you. They can try to bury you. But you are not their victim. You are their nightmare. You are the shadow that haunts them. You are the one they can't control, the one they can't stop. And when they try to count you out, when they try to say that it's over, you'll show them just how wrong they are. You'll show them what happens when they underestimate the power of someone who has nothing left to lose. They think they beat you, but you are not the person they think you are. You are not the person you once were. You are something else now, something stronger, something more dangerous. And that's the part they don't see coming. When they push you, when they challenge you, when they try to break you, they're not testing your limits. They're testing their own. and they'll find out just how far they can push you before they realize that you'll never stop. You'll never back down. You'll never give in. You were never meant to be easy to break, and no matter how many times they try, no matter how hard they hit, you will always get back up. You will always come back stronger, because that's who you are. And when the smoke clears, when the dust settles, you'll be the one standing, not them. They think they beat you, but they haven't seen the strength in your silence. They don't understand that while they were looking for victory in the obvious places, physical wounds, broken bodies, bruised egos, they missed the war that's been raging inside of you all along. What they don't see is that the worst battles are not the ones fought with fists. The worst battles are fought in the mind. They don't know what it's like to face a war within, to hear the voice of defeat whispering in your ear, telling you to stop, telling you to quit. They don't know what it's like to feel the crushing weight of doubt pressing down on you, to stand at the edge of the abyss and wonder if it's worth it to keep going. But you do, and that's why you're still here. Every single day, you make a choice to keep moving forward, a choice to stand tall. They don't know the strength it takes to wake up every morning and face the day when everything inside you is screaming to just give up. They don't see the battles you fight when no one is watching. They don't see how, even when the world pushes you to the ground, you rise, not because it's easy, but because you know there is no other choice. And they think they broke you. They think they've reached the core of your soul and shattered it. But what they don't realize is that when you're broken, something inside you shifts. Something changes. You don't stay the same after the storm. You become something else. Something more dangerous. And every time they knock you down, they're only adding fuel to the fire. They're only making you stronger. They're only building you into the person they'll one day regret crossing. You see, the real power doesn't come from your ability to defeat them. It comes from your ability to defeat yourself. It comes from your ability to rise above your own weaknesses, your own doubts, your own fears. Every time you get back up, you defeat the part of you that wanted to stay down. You defeat the part of you that believes you're not enough, that you can't handle the fight. They think they know what it takes to break you, but they don't. They don't know how much you can take. They don't know that you've already been to hell and back and still kept walking. They don't know that you've learned to fight in the darkness, learned to find your strength when everything around you tells you to quit. They think they beat you. But the truth is, they've only taught you how to fight harder. Every setback, every failure, every painful lesson has made you stronger, sharper, more relentless. And one day, when they least expect it, you'll rise up from the ashes of what they thought they destroyed. You'll rise, not as the person they remember, but as someone new, someone unrecognizable, someone they'll regret ever underestimating. You've been knocked down more times than you can count. You've tasted defeat, felt the sting of loss, and faced the darkness that comes with it. But you didn't stay there. You never stayed down. And that's the difference. That's what separates you from them. You see, they think strength is about how many times you win. They think it's about the victories, the trophies, the accolades. But real strength is about how many times you lose and still keep fighting. Real strength is about how many times you get knocked down and still have the courage to stand back up. They can take everything from you. They can strip you of your possessions, your pride, your reputation, but they can never take your will to fight. They can never take your spirit, the fire that burns deep inside you. And as long as that fire is alive, you will always find a way to rise. They can break your body, they can shatter your mind, but they cannot break your soul, because your soul is a force they will never understand. Your soul is forged in the fires of every battle you've fought, every loss you've endured. Your soul is the thing that will carry you when everything else is gone. And no matter how many times they try to take it from you, they can never break it. Every time you stand up after falling, you prove that they don't have the power they think they do. They don't have the power to keep you down. They don't have the power to stop you from becoming who you are meant to be. And when you rise again, you'll be stronger than they ever imagined. They will see you standing, not because they want to, but because they have to. Because they'll realize that you are the one thing they can never defeat, the one thing they underestimated, the one thing that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. They think they beat you because they can't see what's inside of you. They can't see the depth of your strength, the unshakable foundation that keeps you going. They can't see the fire that burns behind your eyes, the fire that refuses to go out no matter how many times they try to extinguish it. They think they've taken everything from you, but they've only made one mistake. They've made you unstoppable. So let them laugh. Let them think they've won. Let them celebrate the moments when they think they've finally broken you. Because in the end, they'll realize one thing. The battle was never about whether or not you would fall. It was always about whether or not you would rise. And when they look at you one last time, they'll see that you've risen, stronger than ever, and ready to take everything they never thought you would. They think they beat you, but in reality, they've just given you the fuel to burn brighter. They've just given you the motivation to rise again. And when you rise, when you stand tall and look them in the eye, they'll know that the real battle was never about them. It was about you. And it's a battle they'll never win. You've been through it all. You've endured more pain than they'll ever know. And you're still here. You're still standing. You're still breathing. And as long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as your heart keeps beating, they will never beat you. Not now. Not ever. You've already won. You just haven't finished the fight yet. They think they've won because they can't see that. They think they've taken everything from you because they can't understand the quiet resolve you carry. They can't understand the power of persistence, of survival. They think that if they break you once, they can break you forever. But they're wrong. They'll always be wrong. Because you know the truth. You've learned it the hard way. Strength isn't about winning every battle. It's about what happens after the battle. It's about standing back up when you've been knocked down. It's about fighting when every part of you says to stop. And you know how to do that. You know how to rise, how to move forward, no matter the cost. You've done it before, and you'll do it again. So let them think they've won. Let them believe they've broken you. They can believe whatever they want, but it won't change anything. They won't change who you are. And when the time comes, when the moment is right, you will show them the truth. You will show them the strength they never saw coming. They'll look at you, and they'll see something they thought was destroyed. They'll see something they thought was gone. But what they won't see is the fire that's burning in your chest, the unstoppable will that drives you. They'll see a version of you that's been through hell and back. But what they won't understand is that it's the version of you that's stronger than they ever thought possible. They'll realize too late. They'll realize when it's already too late to stop you, when it's already too late to take back what they thought they had taken from you. Because what they didn't realize is that they never had the power to defeat you. All they've ever done is fueled your drive. Every insult, every punch, every betrayal, it's all made you who you are today. It's all made you stronger, and they'll never understand how much strength you've gained from their attempts to break you. The truth is, they've been fueling the fire that will burn them in the end. They've been creating their own demise. Because when you rise, when you come back from this, they'll have nothing left. They'll have nothing but the realization that they've underestimated you. And that's when you will truly show them what it means to be unbeatable. You will show them that no matter how many times they knock you down, no matter how hard they try, you will always rise. You will show them that you are not their victim. You are not their pawn. You are a force that they can't control, can't break, can't stop. They've seen nothing yet. They think they've beaten you, but they have no idea what's coming. They don't understand what it means to be forged in fire. They don't understand what it means to rise from the ashes, not as you were, but as something new, something more powerful. They don't understand that each battle you fought, each loss you faced, has been the fuel that has made you stronger. And with every step you take forward, with every breath you draw, you are becoming more than they ever thought you could be. One day, they'll look at you and they'll see the truth. They'll see that you were never their victim. They'll see that you were never broken. They'll see that you were always destined for greatness. And by then, it will be too late. They'll already be watching your rise, and they won't be able to stop it.